Do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
I don't like it.
Or someone you know been diagnosed with TDS? The symptoms can be relentless. Fortunately, I'm Dr. Trump, and I have a treatment plan. Let's hear what some of my patients have to say.
I have been suffering for over a decade, and after listening to Dr. Trump, I can see some results.
Man, I've been suffering for years. I really didn't believe that was help out there. That was when I came across this video on TV.
I really thought I was a lost cause. This was gonna affect me for the rest of my life. But after using the treatment plan, I can see a difference.
I really wasn't sure I could help some of these people. They were so far gone, I wasn't really sure.
I had no idea how much this was affecting my life. My work is slowed down. I'm hardly recognizable anymore. I just needed help.
I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Constantly angry. I made everyone miserable around me.
I feel like I've aged 20 years in the last 2 years. I've been so concerned. I was really starting to worry about my future.
The treatment is simple. Turn off. Fake news. Say your prayers, and if you ever feel anxious, just have a Diet Coke like me, and you're going to see a remarkable difference in your life.
We are the hottest country anywhere in the world. The hottest. Down, boy.
All right. We're back. First stream in a long time. Been gone. Had a lot of stuff to do, and good to be back. Whole lot of stuff's happened. So we're here for the big Trump announcement speech that's been hyped up since, when did he announce it on? Last Friday, I think, wasn't it? Almost a week ago.
Yeah, almost a week ago.
Yeah. There are a lot of speculation. I really do hope that this is as big of an announcement as he says it is. It's not going to be more of that we're the hottest nation and they stole the election in 2020. And here's a little bit of evidence that we already fucking know. Everybody already knows all of this shit. Yeah. It better be something like concrete followed by indictments. Well, that's what I'm hoping for. What are you guys' thoughts? And Sammy will be joining us shortly. He's got the link.
Well, you have his press secretary was telling them today it's going to be receipts. He's the evidence there he bringing that we've got proof on all of it and stuff. So I'm with you. I'm hoping that it's not just, because if anything less, you're going to have everyone on the left just sit there and go, yeah. They're never going to believe it unless you can literally point to it and say, here it is.
Right.
So I would like to be able to have them, have to eat a little crow. They won't, but it'd be nice.
I think it has to be something, because guess what? The networks that are banning that are choosing not to air this speech. We have all the major networks: NBC, ABC, CBS. Now CNN has been added to the list.
Yep. They're bitching about him and giving the Jan Sixers their pardons and stuff. So that's. If they're bringing that up, it's because they're afraid that that's all going to fall apart, that those people not only got falsely prosecuted, they also had legitimacy. And so, they're all bitching about those things again.
Hold on. He's going to announce that he wants me to bang Melania. Now, we just went right into it. We didn't even do intros. Devil made me do it here. That's who was just talking. And Lawrence Knight, what are your thoughts for this evening? What are your predictions?
First of all, I almost feel like I'm one of those announcers getting ready for a UFC fight or a boxing match or something like that. Like we're just speculating at this point.
Yeah.
All the big networks. Look, we all know that they're not going anywhere. They're going to watch it, but I think they're going to watch it and then try to edit it to make it look like he said something. What they're doing is stupid. It's stupid.
Get ready for the catchphrase baseless claims.
Yeah.
Even if he provides concrete evidence, they're going to say baseless claims.
Yeah, they're going to say he made it up anyway.
Well, so here's the problem. They were all in on it. They were all in on the 2020.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Joe Rogan's finally come around. He flat out said, no, I'm not speculating. I don't suspect. I'm flat out accusing you. I'm accusing them of stealing elections.
I'm shocked with CNN joining the list, considering who bought them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. They couldn't have done it without the Republicans being in on it. I mean, I said that since the very beginning.
Republicans in on it.
If
That's
the
why
Republicans,
I laughed the other day.
if the Republicans stood with Trump and didn't let them do it and fought back against it, it probably wouldn't have been able to happen. At least not near as easy as it did. But
100%.
The second it came in, they abandoned him and said, "Oh yeah, no, we just have to accept this," because they thought Biden would be better than Trump because he's what they knew. He was a politician just like them. Yeah, it was establishment supporting establishment, and it wasn't till a lot of the stuff Biden started doing because he wasn't in charge. It was the farther left people who he were running him that they actually kind of regretted it. Yeah. It's just as much the Republicans' fault.
The thing is, though, the same Republicans that were in on it are still there, like John Thune and that other guy that kind of looks like Satan a little bit. Tills.
A lot of them look like Satan.
Yes, I know, right?
I know that's kind of a dig against me, though. So.
Let's say hi to the chat real quick. Let's see. Lawrence Knight, of course, was first. We got Scream Queen Selena second. We got over on the Twitch side. I don't know how to pronounce that, but fellow streamer, I'm always down to collab. Hit me up on X, dude. Falud. That might be it. We've got Samuel the Infinite's title says Ironcast twice. Well, I was in a hurry. We had a lot of stuff to do before I could get the stream set up. And of course, last night I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. It's going to be fine. I got all day. I'm doing it like 30 minutes before I go live, getting everything ready. So there's that. We got Miss Sparkles here because it's tag team. There we go. That's the excuse I'll go with. Who else we got? I think that's everybody. Blue-Eyed Scorpio, of course, is here. And that's everybody for now. When you don't stream consistently for 2.5 months. Chat gets a little smaller.
Back though, man. I mean, it happens. Everybody goes through it, but
they're all just getting off work and stuff.
Right. And, there's going to be some big schedule changes coming up. Got the new job on lock. So going to have to get with everybody and figure out the best times to do Ironcast and Rogues. Probably going to be moving Rogues back to Fridays. So, but we'll deal with all that later. So, all right. So now I think the only reason they would wait this long to bring up the election stuff is, of course, this is going to force their hand, or at least attempt to force their hand with the SAVE Act or the Save America Act, whatever they want to call it. I have pretty much given up all hope on that, especially after what happened in LA. So what do you got? What do you think this will be? And if he has enough, do you think this will be enough to actually push? Because right now it's just John Thune is the only thing standing in the way. One fucking guy that nobody likes.
Well, if I remember correctly,
has more power than the president, basically.
If I can remember correctly, no, they only need 5 Republicans to get him booted up out of there. They only need 5. So, and it doesn't have to be the 4 that are tagging along with him. So, I think that I think tonight is a counterpunch to that. I think when you have somebody like doing this thing in his way, you have to make it so that the spotlight's on him, so that he can't just push it off with some BS line. Oh, it's just clicks and this like no, man. We're not stupid. We know what's going on, and that's why you have people like AOC demanding, you have a moral responsibility not to show this, so
not to air it.
So you want to censor the president, and you're treating us like we're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what kind of excuse the right can have to not pass it. That's the thing. The left, you get it, they're gonna push because their agenda. But what excuse could anybody on the right have to not?
People on the left got something on them.
Yeah, that's usually they all have dirt on each other, or they all owe each other favors, and it's a really. House of Cards might as well have been a documentary in a lot of ways. Those first few seasons that were absolutely fucking brilliant. I mean, that just how it's like. It really is just organized crime running our fucking country. And, now back to the networks that are pulling it, because AOC said you have a moral obligation not to show it. You would normally, if you think your enemy is going to say something outlandishly stupid and easily provable to be bullshit, you would want them to talk as long as possible. Air it on repeat, show clips. The fact that they want to stifle that information, keep it away from people as much as possible, is very telling.
Look guilty.
It makes them look really fucking. Makes it look like, Trump's been saying that you guys have been a part of this the whole fucking time.
Right.
You're not proving anybody wrong by not airing it.
Right. And the other thing too is that it's a waste of time demanding that these networks pull it, because where's everybody going to go? They're going to go to Fox News. They're going to go to news. There's so many news outlets out there.
They can just go to YouTube.
They're probably hoping that YouTube will censor people too. That's probably what.
What they're doing is it was one thing back when they controlled the narrative, when they were those only source of news. But like your guys are saying, you have X, you have YouTube, you have all these other sources, and like you said, they're farming their audience out to Fox News, because those people who. Far left will never go on Fox News.
Before we begin, I'm proud to report that our country is safer, stronger, and far wealthier than it has ever been before. We are doing great. Less than 2 years ago, we inherited an economic and social disaster. After the worst inflation in 48 years, the wide open borders with millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, including criminals of all types, and 11,888 murderers, many of whom killed more than one person. We had transgender for everybody, men and women sports, crime ravaging our cities, and the whole world was laughing at us as a nation, but not anymore. 2 years ago, our country was dead. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. America is respected like we have never been respected before. We have more money being invested in the United States than at any time in the history of our country. More Americans are working today than ever before. This week, it was announced that inflation saw the largest monthly decline in more than 6 years. Just happened. It was just given out. The media reported it, and we accept it. The best in 6 years. The tax cuts in our great, big, beautiful bill are saving hardworking families thousands and thousands of dollars, like with the provisions, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, along with the interest deduction on a loan used to purchase a car, but only if that car is made in America, and a 100% expensing for our job-creating businesses. Our stock markets are at their highest point in many years, but we can actually say of all time. And your 401ks, pensions, and retirement accounts are setting records every single day, the highest in history. For years, we paid the highest price for prescription drugs anywhere in the world. Now we pay the lowest price under my most favored nation's policy, because I was able to get the rest of the world and the pharmaceutical companies to act responsibly. Drug prices are coming down by 70, 80, and 90%. TrumpRx.gov, this will ultimately reduce the cost of healthcare. You have to go to TrumpRx.gov and take advantage of it. But the cost of healthcare is coming way down because of what we've done with prescription drugs. And with Trump accounts, every child in America now has access to a tax-free investment account to save for their future. Billions and billions of dollars are being invested, put in by companies and individuals to take care of our children so that at age 18, they will have potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in their account, and they'll get off to a great start in life. So for that, go to TrumpAccounts.gov and sign up your child or any child who'd like to sign up. Our previously wide open borders have been transformed into the most secure borders in the history of our country, with zero illegal aliens being admitted to the United States in the past 14 months. That is zero. Nobody thought it was possible. We had the worst border in the history of our country, and now we have the best. Crime is plummeting nationwide, with the murder rate at its lowest level since 1900, or more than 125 years ago. We're making a record investment in our armed forces, and we have the strongest and most powerful military by far anywhere in the world. I built it during my first term, and unfortunately, we're forced to use it now. We won in Venezuela, which is now working with us to produce millions and millions of barrels of oil. We are likewise winning big in Iran, and you will see the fruits of that labor very, very shortly. America is back and doing really well, but we still have a major challenge that must be urgently addressed, because no country can be great without fair and honest elections. You have to trust your country, because if there can be no trust, there can be no greatness. And that's very simple. No trust, no greatness. For many years, I've called for bold, swift, and decisive action to protect the integrity of America's elections. Every American deserves to know that when they cast their vote, that vote will be counted accurately in a system, and that is to make that system secure, one where cheating and interference are not just difficult, but virtually impossible. Unfortunately, the system we have today falls catastrophically short of that standard. Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure. This evidence shows that the election system we have dangerously exposes, and really exposes like levels never thought possible, to hacking, exploitation, and foreign interference. Just as disturbingly, this vital information has for many years been covered up and hidden from you, the American people, our beautiful, our great American people. But that all changes right now. The documents we will release starting tonight have been gathered by the White House Government Transparency Task Force, a great group of people, along with the staff of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board, supported by our top intelligence agency chiefs, who have all personally reviewed the findings. We are presenting this evening and fully confirmed their authenticity. You can see these documents for yourself at whitehouse.gov. That's whitehouse.gov. Go check it out. Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly. And that's what we're doing. The documents cover 5 major areas of concern. First, they show that over a period of years, starting during the 2020 election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files. That information includes names, addresses, phone numbers, political party preferences, and other sensitive data that would be needed to register to vote and engage in other nefarious activities, which is exactly what was happening. This data loss presents an unprecedented election security nightmare. The intelligence even shows that China assigned a data exploitation unit specifically to this new project. Compounding the travesty, the second set of documents we are releasing reveals that members of the deep state, very, very famous group of people, in many cases, in our intelligence agency work to actively suppress and downplay information about the extent of China's sinister election meddling, covering it up from both the president and the American people like nobody thought was possible. U.S. spy agencies began learning about the compromise of voter registration files in 2020 when they discovered that tens of millions of voter data, think of that, tens of millions of voters' data in 18 states have been bought, stolen, or hacked by China. Yet those responsible for sounding the alarm instead kept the information secret and hidden. They did not disclose to me as president or to anyone else, and to the best of our knowledge, they did not inform Congress. In fact, all they kept saying is, this is the most secure election in the history of our country. A standard, very pat line that was divvied out to say. The cover-up of this colossal security breach is even more disturbing in light of the additional information showing that China engaged in other election-related activities to undermine my first administration and our 2020 campaign. They did not want, and they just didn't want it. They fought like hell not to have it, Donald Trump, to win, and for good reason. As the documents we are releasing show, CIA reporting explicitly stated, and I quote, in mid-2018, the Chinese Communist Party's policy was to leverage all domestic and foreign elements that were opposed to the U.S. president in an effort to reduce the U.S. president's votes and make him resign or prevent his reelection. Isn't that nice? Also, in mid-2018, China was working to influence the results of the U.S. midterm elections and later the results of the 2020 presidential election itself. Separately, in mid-2019, the Chinese government's strategy against the United States was focused on undermining domestic confidence in the U.S. president. They wanted to just make you sound like your president wasn't so hot, when actually your president has done a great job. And they did everything possible to do exactly that. Going on, this document says, and this is by the CIA, The strategy included efforts to use Chinese contacts with big U.S. companies to influence U.S. business leaders to turn against the President of the United States of America. The Chinese government sought to identify U.S. journalists who had reported negatively on the U.S. president and pay them large sums of money to write more negative articles about him, as many as they could, and they didn't care what they said. The Chinese government wanted U.S. president to lose the next election, and the reason they wanted me to lose is because they knew I was wise to them, charged them billions and billions of dollars worth of tariffs, and built the strongest military anywhere in the world. We have the strongest military anywhere in the world. These are exact quotes from the CIA reporting. The name of the person doing the quote is now under review, but it gets even worse. Raw intelligence obtained by the FBI in 2020, yet buried by rogue bureaucrats, stated that China's activities even included an attempt to manufacture illegal ballots for Joe Biden. Documents show that during this period, dozens of significant CIA and NSA reports about China's election targeting were kept out of the presidential briefing. These were briefings I would get almost every day. Everything was kept out that was of importance. One email among intelligence analysts admitted that they had, quote, deliberately massaged the presidential daily briefing to withhold information regarding Chinese activities related to the election. Another official inside the FBI wrote that she was running, quote, a shadow government, unquote, to keep intelligence about China's election meddling from becoming known and to keep it away from the honorable press. Other officials who witnessed such efforts perceived the motivations to be blatantly political. Recently, we found significant numbers of burn bags in formation, and this is a group of bags that were used to destroy information given by President Barack Hussein Obama to be burned. It was supposed to be burned. These bags were supposed to be at a different level by different people, incinerated and checked, but it never happened. Maybe we got lucky. We believe this was not done on purpose, but rather through gross incompetence of the people that were supposed to burn the bags. But the findings are stunning. Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden, to fire those involved in the cover-up, and to file criminal charges, if appropriate, against these people. Yet concealing China's meddling was only the beginning. The third set of documents we are releasing proves that for many years, Americans were blatantly lied to about the security of our election infrastructure, including electronic voting machines and ballot counting systems, dishonest, almost all. They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised, and people within our government knew that. Tonight, we're publishing a series of previously classified U.S. intelligence community assessments and other reports proving that our government has long known these machines are extremely exposed to attack. As one assessment states, we judge that the United States adversaries, including at a minimum Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, as well as non-state groups, have the capability to compromise U.S. election infrastructure. That's unquote, but that's some statement, isn't it? Made by supposedly great patriots of our country. The document goes on to further state that, quote, we assess that centralized election-related data repositories, such as voter registration databases, poll books, and other official election websites, are most vulnerable to exploitation, and adversaries could use this access to these systems to disrupt election processes within the United States of America. Tonight, we're releasing all of those findings, and spanning from January 2020 to June 2026, This is a cyber threat aimed at the very heart of our democracy. Many people have questioned whether it could actually be possible to electronically manipulate vote totals or change election results on these terrible machines. Today, we are releasing documents that show the CIA obtained reporting of a specific plot to do a big number in favor of the corrupt Maduro regime in Venezuela. And that's exactly what happened, conspiring to digitally rig their own country's elections in 2020, and that's what they did. This reporting included precise details about methods to regime develop to digitally alter vote totals in ways that could not be detected even with an audit, no matter how deep they went. This intelligence underscores why we must take urgent action to ensure that our own system can never, ever be hacked or compromised like it was in the past. The fourth set of documents reveals that even when significant evidence of fraud has been detected, it has been buried and covered up. Among the disclosures tonight are FBI files detailing evidence of alleged fraud by a large-scale voter registration operation in Michigan. In 2020, Michigan State Police raided a Democrat Get Out the Vote organization, corrupt group in Muskegon. And we're so concerned by what they found. They were just so concerned. They couldn't believe it, actually, that they contacted the FBI in Detroit. The documents state that some canvassers admitted to FBI agents that they signed voter registration forms in other people's names, submitted fraudulent registration for people who did not exist, and received gift cards tied to their number of applications that they produced. In other words, it was pay, play, and cheat. The FBI agents working on the case believe that crimes were committed, yet the Biden Department of Justice slow-walked the investigation and killed it. Tonight, I'm asking the FBI director to ensure that the matter is fully investigated and to work with the Department of Justice to prosecute those responsible for any crimes. Finally, to reveal just how vulnerable our elections continue to be, we are releasing the results of a stunning investigation by the Department of Homeland Security. According to the DHS review, state voter rolls and public records, they identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections. Since Democrat states refuse to share their voter files, the real number is actually much higher than that. Yet, even this limited analysis found more than 250,000 foreigners illegally registered to vote. Put together, these disclosures reveal an election system so broken and so vulnerable that no one can possibly defend it. It is not defensible. Hundreds of millions of U.S. voter files are in the hands of foreign governments. Our machines and ballot counting systems are exposed to hacking and manipulation and corruption. China and other countries have been trying to meddle in our elections. Evidence of fraud has been buried. Hundreds of thousands of non-citizens and dead people are listed and active on the voter rolls. And yet we still have elections with no voter ID, no proof of citizenship, and tens of millions of ballots floating aimlessly through the mail. As one example of the insanity, California's recent election for mayor of LA and governor was held on June 2nd, a long time ago, but it was just completed a few days ago on July 10th. Think of that, much more than 1 month. Took a month to count the votes. I wonder what they were doing. This is worse than any third world country. There's no third world country that has elections like we have. In a rare move, NBC and ABC Fake News have both said that they would not cover this speech. They knew what it was about because of the fact that they don't like the topic, because they know how corrupt our system is and they don't want to reveal it. They and others in the media are part of a plot. They want to continue this fraud for whatever reason. They want to keep it going. They want to protect the radical left. They can't have a great country, and that's true. You can't have a great country without free and fair elections. Fraud like this should mean a revocation of their licenses. They use our public multi-billion-dollar in value airways for absolutely no money. They pay nothing. All we want is honesty in our elections and honesty in reporting. They pay nothing for multi-billion-dollar assets. Great damage has been done to our country. Our elections were left vulnerable to being rigged and stolen, and the trust of the American people was lost. This cannot be allowed to continue. Every American, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or otherwise, should be able to agree that we deserve the most secure, honest, and fair election system anywhere in the world. Secure elections should be a partisan, we should be together, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, everybody. And it should not be a partisan issue. It should cause to unite us, not to divide us. This should be a cause. We should be united, not divided. In light of the brand new and irrefutable information I have revealed tonight, my administration is in the process of notifying the states whose election data was compromised by the People's Republic of China and many others. We will be working closely to mitigate any harm, and we're taking swift action to ensure that sensitive voter data is better protected so we can never be bought, we can never be hacked, and we can never watch a stolen election again. Tomorrow, the Secretary of Homeland Security will hold a briefing to outline his department's recent work confirming cyber vulnerabilities in our electronic voting systems. They are bad. We're in the process of informing governors, senators, and members of Congress of potential issues in their states. If you look at voting today, it's in such bad shape in so many states, and we are committing to fix it. And we're also committing to be working with those states and local jurisdictions to help them fix and patch known technical vulnerabilities before the midterm elections. We have very important elections coming up. We want those elections to be honest. I've also ordered DHS to notify every state about non-citizens on their voter rolls and direct them to remove all ineligible voters from the lists immediately. But most importantly, addressing this crisis of election security demands that Congress must pass the Save America Act. How easy is that to do unless you want to cheat? The only reason you wouldn't do it is you want to cheat because your policies are so bad and your candidates are so pathetic that you can't get away or can't get elected any other way. This landmark bill requires that all voters must show photo voter ID. How simple is that? Could I have your photo, please? Photo voter ID. All voters must provide proof of citizenship. Are you a citizen of our country, please? And hopefully there will be no corrupt mail-in ballots, which if you watched California and so many other places, mail-in ballots are inherently corrupt. So you would have no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military deployment, or travel if you're going away on business or vacation. These reforms are urgently needed to stop the vulnerabilities that I've mentioned. To all Americans, I ask you to pick up your phone tomorrow, call your representatives in the House and Senate, and demand that they pass the Save America Act without delay. Together, we will restore faith and confidence in our country, and we will be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Thank you. God bless you. God bless our great military, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
All right.
And how stupid do the Democrats look right now? How stupid does CNN and all these other places look right now? CNN, was it that Caitlin, whatever her name is?
Collins.
They spent the whole time talking trash. They were talking about it, but wouldn't switch to it. And I guess at some point, whoever's watching the background realized, oh, well, wait a minute. He's not naming names. He's not saying anything, but they didn't want to save face. They just kind of jumped in a little bit, and then so they could, kind of, make some propaganda against it. But look at what they just spent the whole week doing. He didn't mention one name. And even though he's calling and saying, well, hey, we're going to work with each state, the states that were complicit in stealing the 2020 election ain't going to give a care.
No. Mm-hmm. So there's no working with those states because those states are already compromised. Yeah. And I posted this earlier. The only thing to really do now to fight this, okay, he proved over if all the evidence that they're, posting is legit, which I'm fairly certain it is, that proves the communist country of China compromised our election, and people within our intelligence community and within our country were complicit in that, which makes them also communists. Yep. The only cure for that is to reinstate the Communist Control Act of 1954. I had to look it up.
It's always been there, though, right? They just need to use it.
They just don't do it. Yeah, it's still in the books. They didn't remove it. They just don't do it. They have to go after communism hardcore. I mean, we're at this right now. We've got with the Mandami and everything else going on, and they're not trying to hide. You don't have to expose what they want to do. They fucking say it. They're at the point now where they're emboldened that they're kicking out the old Democrats. Nancy Pelosi was having a piss fit saying, we can't let these take it over. They're getting rid of all of our established Democrats. Bitch, you let them in.
You let them in. And you knew what they were. And you knew what they were when you did it. Right. But you thought they were useless idiots.
You let them in. Now they're taking over. We have to fight back.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing is we don't have to, we can let them expose themselves, because the fact is we know this isn't going to work. Like Madani in New York. He's kicking, all of his policies involve him kicking the freaking payments on people's retirements down the road. In 10 years, that's going to blow up in their face, and they're going to have some deep shit. That's the thing, is you let these people expose themselves. Yeah, right now they're going good. Why? Because the Democrats on their own side are hated. You see the approval rating. I think it's like like 37% of their party doesn't agree, is the only amount that agrees with them. Yeah, like that's less than what the Republicans were having during the Tea Party days. They still were at like 52 or 57% approval rating with their own party during the Tea Party era. With
and that was
Democrats,
considered low.
Yeah, and that was considered low. Exactly. You don't, with these numbers, of course they're going to start losing some of their people. But here's the thing, we gain too, because all the moderates, all the independents are coming over our side because they see, okay, we don't agree.
I'm not a conservative.
Yeah,
I'm not conservative. I'm not a Republican.
Exactly.
Fetterman just said
I vote Republican.
Fetterman just said he's getting ready to switch over.
Yeah.
I do not agree with the party. I am not a Republican. I don't like the Republican Party. I think they're all fake and bullshit, but I am obviously on the right. And I think a lot of them, they're the same way. They're sitting there going, yeah, we may not agree with the Republicans, but right now they're the sane party. So we're gaining all of them, which we did during Trump when he was running.
And what's cool, we're kicking out all of the old guard, the John Tills, the Thunes,
Exactly.
Lindsey Graham, RIP. I felt that's terrible. I hope they find out what really happened. I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist on that. You don't come back from being that close to, aggressive combatants.
Where's my tinfoil beanie? Where's my tinfoil beanie at?
Well,
I was not a fan of Lindsey Graham. I'm not a fan of the Warhawks.
To be fair, my father died the same way. People were like, wait a minute, we just saw, what do you mean he's dead? We just saw him. There was nothing wrong with him. Boom, next day gone.
Yeah. It can happen. It can happen. But
and he was in
the coincidence is that he was just that close to where people could have got to him a lot easier. That's where I have that's where I'm going to kind of, if the toxicology comes back with nothing, I will accept that. No problem. If they're being honest with us for once. But it's like Lindsey Graham. No, I was never a fan of his at all. He represents, and while I'm I'm basically an anti-war, all that, I do understand the necessity of putting a boot in an ass when needed. That's why I'm not all up in like, oh my God, Iran. Like, if it's gonna happen, it's gotta happen. But just done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm old about the Iran war is I know a lot of Iranians, and not one of them are sad about what's going on. So the people who are outraged aren't Iranian.
No, the people here protesting are protesting against the Iranian people who have been oppressed and subjugated by a horrible fucking dictatorship for the last 40 years. So.
I'm old head, so I've been here long enough to remember when Lindsey Graham, just like McCain, was a bad rhino. Before the Kavanaugh hearings, where he stepped up and did his speech before he joined with Trump and was liking Trump, he was one of the pure rhinos. You had him, McCain, and you had Romney. And they were the three that every single time the Republicans tried to get anything passed, they were the three that were standing there going, hold on, let's think about this.
Oh, don't forget Mitch McConnell, the worst of the
Mitch
worst.
McConnell, And so... Yeah, so I mean, I've never been a big fan of Lindsey Graham. Like I said, I appreciate his speech during the Kavanaugh thing. I appreciate that he has sided with Trump and it kind of jumped onto that wagon. But yeah, I've always had a real clear picture of what Lindsey Graham was. But you're right, the fact that he died right after getting back is kind of suspicious. I would definitely want that investigated just to be sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's reflect on the speech before we go too far off the rails here. So it started off with exactly what I said. I hope it doesn't go into just the hottest country. Oh God, here we go. But it was relatively brief. He just went over all the accomplishments. I think, and it's smart to do that. It's reminding people a lot of actually, there's nothing bad about any of the things he said. Those are all really, really good things that I support 100%. Even the Trump accounts, I think that's a badass idea. Like now him kind of gassing up the economy. Oh, it's so great, dude. I'm struggling here. Are you kidding me? Really? Yo, I got some cleaning supplies, some like bathroom stuff me and my wife needed, and just enough food for tonight, like for 2.5 nights. Like, because like, God, it's too expensive to eat out. Let's get a few things, very cheap things to cook. Like it almost cost $100. And I could carry it with like 2 bags with both hands. This arm's still fractured. I carried both bags of almost $100 worth of bullshit.
Today I paid $20 and all I got was 3 bags of hamburger buns and a bottle of barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
$20.
So we're not us average folk are still feeling the fucking pressure of the economy. So don't say that. Also, the crime rate thing, it's like, yeah, but it's lower than ever. Yeah, when you don't fucking arrest people and you don't report crime, there's still a huge problem. Nobody in big cities, I'm in Vegas, feel fucking safe at all. No. And Vegas is not the worst of the worst, but we have a thing of like armed youths. They always have to tell us how young they're, just kids, folks, with guns, carjacking people all over town. And it's one group and they have.
Well, that's the thing is it's not his
people
fault.
Random attacking people on the strip. So word's gotten out that the strip isn't safe. We lose, already, I could talk about the dying Vegas economy, but that's a whole nother thing.
You still need to do that.
Yeah, I do. I'm working. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm working on getting somebody on. I can't say it right now, but I'm working on it. Who's out there in the field almost daily, and I'm excited about it. I hope I can pull it off. All right, but I'll let you know if I can. But well, here's my thing, Devil. He's talking it up, but at the same time, the economy and are still things that affect us every day, and we don't see a difference. They see a difference on paper, but we're not seeing the difference.
Yeah, but that I 100% agree. Is what I'm saying is it's not his fault, but don't come on here and sit there and say it's doing great when people, like I said, noticeably can not see it. Like I said, it's not your fault that it's not going good, but yeah, don't lie to, come out and say, look, we have more work to do. My administration is still working its ass off, and we will fight and work against the inflation that is hurting your families every single day. Don't lose faith in us.
Yeah,
that would be so much more appreciated than him coming out and saying everything's going good, guys. Because like I said, unless people are seeing that, it seems disingenuous and people get really upset. And,
right.
Empty. Like I said, yeah,
big time. But that's a lot better than the last administration when people brought up crime or, inflation. It's like, well, you're racist. Stop being entitled. They just who was it, Kareem Jean-Pierre, just like, well, everybody has to make sacrifice. We have just all the really condescending bullshit about it. But so that part, not glad. But then he got into the evidence. It's being dropped. I knew he couldn't. There's so much of it. He couldn't go through all of it. He went through a good amount. It sounded very solid. He alluded to people actually getting indicted. He did drop one name, Barack Hussein Obama. So are we going to see another former president's house get raided? I hope so. I really do.
Oh, awesome. Whatever's in there, Obama's going overtime right now, trying to keep that stuff out the house. So unless he's got teams out there already watching and ready to go in, like if it was me personally, if I had all that evidence and I've got all that stuff, by the time this speech started, I'd have crews out there already with warrants. Be like, oh no, you don't. Don't give them time. Yeah. Don't give them time to run, to hide, to start burning stuff. Don't give them time to do to them exactly what the Biden administration did to Trump. When they waited till he was in New York and then showed up with 30 agents show up
armed
with permission,
agents
with permission to kill him.
Yes.
If he resisted.
Yep. 100%. So that's what because there's going to be another speech tomorrow. So I'm hoping maybe we'll get some overnight, arrests or something, because it sounds like they've got some FBI and CIA people dead to rights. Okay, who made a joke in the chat, Devil?
Sparkle. Oh, the Sparkle and Abe. She said something about fighting, so I put 555 now. She wants to wrestle me naked in oil, I guess.
Oh God. Okay, moving on.
All I know is if they did arrest Barack Obama, it would just be so perfect if, as they're cuffing him, if he's all like, I can't breathe.
Mike, I can't breathe.
I said I can't breathe. He was kind of sounded like Foghorn Leghorn to me.
A little bit.
It's all the awkward pauses. And delivery.
No vagabond.
Now, oh no, fetal. Hell yeah, vagabond. Man of culture.
He wants to wrestle Sparkles in feet oil.
Big Mike is shredding peppers right now. When I first read that, I thought she typed out pepperonis right now. I'm like, wow, that's an elaborate dick joke. But no, she meant papers.
Can you believe they had all that information in burn bags and the dumbasses forgot to burn them?
So incompetent. That's the thing about communists. They don't function. They can't function efficiently. That whole the most romantic, like when I envisioned the communist country, you know, like I always thought about like Rocky V, and you know they're so advanced and almost robotic, and they got all their shit together. It's like no, they were completely, yeah, 4.
Yeah,
5 is the piece of shit, Rocky. Yeah. We don't talk about 5.
Yeah, we don't.
Greatest film series ever, Paul Hadouken.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him watch that.
Fucking Pollock.
But yeah, it seems like with these communist countries, they fucking need complete power to cover up for how fucking crappy they are. Like, right? Yeah. It's like you can't. People aren't gonna call you when you fuck up if you know they're afraid of being thrown in the gulag, so you can be complete fuck ups.
Yeah. Nothing that they did. Like China only just recently started getting its shit together, but it's only for like, you know, like when Hassan and all those communists go to the communist country. And so look how much better it is here. Yeah. That little tiny area, the rest of the country, most of them don't have plumbing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like when they actually do tours.
Cities that are empty.
Yeah, they do tours in North Korea for the people from other countries who can get there, not from America, obviously. But they will literally have a bus tour that goes on a set line, and all the buildings around that tour are all pristine and look beautiful. But if you go a block over, they're crumbling underneath themselves and stuff. They only let you see what you want, and that's exactly it. You go to these countries, and they'll show you the most beautiful place, and they'll be like, "Look at our beautiful building and we have all these kids playing and dancing, and look how great it is. You should live here. You would be happy to be as socialist as us or communist as us." And then, like I said, you literally go a block over and people are starving.
Yeah. And that's why the most important thing right now is, I mean, we are at a clear and present danger with communism. And you can laugh at like, oh, well, they're goofballs. They're not. Look at how far they've come in just a few years. The communists have taken over the Democratic Party completely. Like Nancy Pelosi's complaining about it now. That's where we are.
Oh, they got them by the nuts. They do. They were strange bedfellows because they realized they were losing the blacks, Hispanics, the minority vote. They saw that they were losing it. Trump made big gains in both those areas. And they said, we need a new voter base. Well, if we bring in this far left, but it's easy because we can control them. They're stupid. They'll never, we'll manipulate them. And now they're a cancer that they can't cut out because they've painted themselves in this corner where if they go against them, they're going to have to explain how they did a full 360 on all this bullshit they've been pushing, this transgender crap, the freaking, the minorities getting a free pass as far as criminality.
Gay race communism.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Vagabond getting offered 69 free foot virgins if he blows himself up.
Yeah. That's the other thing. And the communists are thinking that they're the ones using the Islamists, like they're all, oh, well, we're working together. You're not working together. They're going to eat you as soon as they can. You're not ushering in communism through sympathy of Palestine and Islam and this and that. No. They're coming in to take over control through you. Mm-hmm. They know this, or then they don't. It's just, this is why there has to be action against communism. Like, it has to happen now, and it has to be aggressive, like very, very. Oh. And if anybody on YouTube's listening, I mean very aggressive.
Well, the only reason I'm against that is not because I'm any way would be sad if I saw communists get their comeuppance. My problem is every single time we try to go at any kind of ideology with oppressing it or trying to push it down or whatever, it tends to backfire. People tend to see it as, oh, what are they trying to hide? Or why are they trying to stop this? What do they not want me to hear? Yeah, it makes it more appealing because it becomes counterculture. It's one of the reasons that you see the right has risen. Yeah. Like you had Sid Vicious come out and say the right is more fucking punk than the left is at any time. And it's because they're the ones being told, you're the evil, you're the bad, we're going to stop you in any way possible.
Oh, and we're the
it
word
becomes
police
counterculture
now. We're the thought police now.
Yeah.
They're the establishment. You know, the joke is rage against the machine is now rage for the machine. Shut up and do what they tell you is the new lyrics. And I know they're not punk rock. They're just shit music.
Yeah,
from the 90s. But anyway,
and so that's my fear, is that if we go at instead of letting them expose themselves,
it has to be surgical. But they have to take it seriously. So I mean, you are right. You're right, but then I'm right too.
Yeah, that's
so
that's exactly it. We both can be right. I think the best thing they can do though is let them do what they're going to do, but expose them every chance they get. Expose all the fails of Mandani every single time he fails, so that everyone is aware, because he's not going to show you. He's not going to show you how bad New York is doing behind the scenes or how bad it's getting run down. He's going to try to hide that. So the best thing they can do is just keep sitting there focused, showing how the utter collapse of New York City, one of our greatest cities, a city that's known throughout the whole world, is going to be crumbling. And right now the buildings are crumbling. Have you seen that? Where they're literally having buildings tip over. Show the collapse of that great American city in real time because of socialism, and that's how we're going to expose it.
Though.
Now, real quick, Neville, I did catch that. You said Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious is the one who killed Nancy and then later died of an overdose.
Oh, sorry. Johnny Ron.
Well.
Shit. Yeah, sorry. You're right.
Easy slip.
Yeah.
Easy slip.
Yeah,
you're right. Totally.
But no, I've been seeing reports all week about Mom Donnie's plans is failing and falling all around it. You know, especially the affordability plan and what he did, and all those people that was cheering and stuff. Well, guess who's getting evicted left and right now?
Yep.
Their rents just skyrocketed. Now, but of course, that's what he wants, because he wants to steal the property. But all the rich people and anybody with money, they're also leaving, so he has no revenue to fix anything.
Here's the thing, and this is a theory that I watched a very great YouTube. If I can find the video, I'm going to post a link. But they said that while we might be okay, let's just let Mandami fail. We're serving up California and New York. Let them fail to see two great cities fall, like what you were saying, Devil. Sounds like a good plan, but here's the thing: Mandami might have a different plan with, like you were saying, Lawrence, all of the wealthy people, the people that bring business and everything into New York leaving. What if his plan is to have them replaced by wealthy Middle Eastern Islamic investors buying up the property?
I don't think he's that smart, because he's actually
bringing in their own.
There was a video shown earlier today with somebody. He made a comment, and it was like a meeting, and some lady was like, "Oh, that's really smart, Zoran," and then he goes, "No," and he points to this other lady that's with him, that's a straight up communist, and she's been pushing for everybody's property, the traditional communist dream. And he said, "Actually, I don't know anything about it. Everything I've learned came from her." So.
Well, you're right in that it can, but that can also be exposing too. Because if you look at back from Abe's country, there, a lot of the things I'm seeing is people show like one of the parks in London, and they'll show like this is back in 1960, and it will look like Leave It to Beaver. All these people dressed nice, walking down the street, being polite to each other, and there shows now, and it's literally like Baghdad. And
I saw one that was 1994. 94, and it looked great. Fine. Now, was it as Leave It to Beavery? No, it was more densely populated, and there was a little more diversity, if you will, but it looked fine.
Yeah,
it looked normal.
And now, boom, Baghdad.
It was clean. No graffiti. No, goat slaughtering in the streets.
Yeah, they showed all this.
Yeah, London and Paris are fucking gone.
Yeah, they showed all the places where people been spitting. I guess in Middle Eastern countries, they have this stuff they chew. And it's like tobacco, but it's way worse.
It gets you high as fuck. Yeah. And it's a controlled substance, but they're allowed to have it.
Yeah.
Because
it's part of their culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've been spitting it all over the place. Well, it won't wash down. You have to literally scrub it. You can't just hose it down like you do anything else. So literally they have corners of buildings and along every single thing on the road, you have these stained orange masses just growing on them of people spitting against them, this shit. And they can't clean it down. They don't have anyone to clean it. So it's just rotting there and making a smell. And it's, oh God, it's just falling apart over there. So bad.
London stand, yeah.
London stand there, yeah.
Oh, and before I forget, Sam, thank you so much. You was during the speech, so I couldn't bring it up. $20. I appreciate it. I got a super chat. Hey, I'm a real YouTuber now. Okay. if we are not aggressively pursuing convictions for any involved in Jeff's Evil Island, none of this matters. Fiat, God, Latin.
Fiat Vindicta Ruat Coelum.
Vindicta Ruat Coelum. Okay.
Speak English.
I don't know what that means. I know Invito Veritas from Tombstone. That's the extent of my Latin. But okay, yeah, I agree with you. So I rewatched the JD Vance interview with Joe Rogan, and he confirmed everything I said. I think I said this with you, Devil, on one of the shows. My theories about the Epstein thing almost a year ago. The reason why they can't say or do anything is like, who's Jeffrey Epstein connected to? Everyone. Who was financing him? Everyone, us included. JD Vance, without confirming it, confirmed it. I was 100% right. Everyone is connected to him somehow. Everyone who's anyone in everything, is connected to him. And like Israel, the United States, the CIA, all of them were financing him.
Oh, absolutely.
He had to be an asset.
He's a honeypot. Yes. He was a honeypot for rich. I think the government wanted all these rich people to be in their pocket. And the best way to do that is get them molesting children. Let's be honest. And but at some point he started doing it for himself and not for them. And that's why they allowed him to get taken down. But here's the thing. And I've said this before. I need to preface this. Don't go just, attacking me and shit. Because I don't agree with it. But I think another reason they're not going at these guys is because, like we said, it attaches to everybody. So if you literally took all these titans of industry, all these men who control Fortune 500 companies, if you imprisoned all of them tomorrow, as they should be, let's be clear.
Complete collapse.
Exactly. You would collapse the economy. Every single old person in this country who has their retirement invested in these companies like Microsoft would be all of a sudden broke overnight.
Definitely Microsoft.
You would literally, and so Trump understands that even though he wants these guys to be put up against the wall in Minecraft, he has to think of the American economy and the whole unit as a whole.
Global economy, buddy.
Exactly, global economy. And
this would be apocalyptic, and that's so,
Yeah, and so I understand why not. Like I said, not that I agree with that. I'm just saying there is other repercussive things that we have to consider, especially when you're president of the United States and everyone's livelihoods are online.
That's why the Democrats didn't do it. Because they would have to throw themselves in jail, in prison.
And the Democrats know that Trump can't do it. That's why they're so vocal about it now and saying, well, here you're Epstein's bestest friend, like they were saying on The View. They were best friends. It's like they knew each other.
Yeah,
he knew everybody.
Yeah. Do you really think that if Trump had the option to freaking Spartan kick freaking Bill Gates into a well, he wouldn't? Hell no, he'd do it in a heartbeat. But he understands the economy much more than
honestly,
us.
The thing is, even if they can, yes, Gates, and I would too.
He deserves. That's a Bond villain, right?
But
there.
Again, it's like the domino effect. You get one, and then it's like it would all come crashing down. At least that's what he thinks. I actually think that while I understand everything that you just said, Devil, and I agree with it, I think that we would actually be pretty okay pretty quickly. We'd recover, like those companies wouldn't go anywhere just because these individuals do, but they don't believe that. They,
I think
we'd be a lot more okay than they think. They just don't want to take the chance. And once they realize Trump wouldn't, that's when they're like, oh, okay, fuck you. Haha, Epstein.
I think the best way we could do it is I think it needs to be done, but it needs to be done more
strategically.
Strategically. Perfect example. Do it where you go to these people and you say, look, we have plenty of proof you did this. Let's just say Bill Gates for the, thing. Go to Bill Gates and say, we have absolute proof you did this. You're going down. That's not even a question. But what we're going to do is we're going to hold it off for, let's say, 2 or 3 years. You consolidate your company, get it out of your hands, sell off your equity, do whatever it is so that your company survives. If you want your company to survive and you want your legacy in that sense to go on, divest yourself from it. So then in 3 years, when we do charge you, we will take that into consideration that you did the right thing when we charge you. But if you don't, in 3 years, either way, you're going to be before a court answering for your crimes. Do it strategically so that they have time to, like I said, divest from that company so that the company won't be affected, not near as much by the time you lay down the law on these assholes. But do it. Justice, what's the word? Justice temporarily off-put. There's some saying for it, but not.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So delayed is justice denied or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Justice delayed is not justice denied. Perfect. There you go.
Yeah. That's one way around it. Probably the best option. I mean, thing is, I'm trying to think of how to word this without getting my whole channel nuked off YouTube. You could just suddenly read in the paper that all of a sudden, all at once, and kind of obviously, a bunch of certain powerful individuals just started having accidents that were very suspicious. So everybody that read the paper, you would know, but you wouldn't know, right?
Well, a lot of old people have been dying in groups for the last couple of years.
Yeah. I guess that's more of a personal fantasy of how to take care of the problem, I guess, for myself. All right, let's see. What do we go back to? Okay, another thing that I wish that he touched on that I feel like we kind of cock blocked. Georgia. What the fuck is going? What? All that hype, all those, they said they had so much and they're going to be sharing it soon. That was back when, what's her name? Not Kristi Noem, the other one, the one who just stepped down for her because her husband has cancer.
Shit, I'm so bad with names.
Christina,
the Hawaiian one.
Yeah, with the rogue hair.
Shit, I'm so bad with names.
I know, I'm brain fighting on it.
Tulsi Gabbard, there you go. There you go.
She's on the scene. That iconic photo of her calling Trump. Everything they had, they took all that shit. I mean, maybe there's going to be some evidence on that too, but the speculation was that they could verifiably prove that Warnock and Ossoff, who won their elections by 1%, each by 1%, by mail-in voting after the regular counting had stopped.
Yeah, but
each one.
But keep in mind too, though, that he never directly came out and said that. It was sources that they didn't name. It was a lot. It was a lot of hype. That's why I didn't listen to it. That's
what I mean. I that's what I meant. It was speculated that might be brought up too. And the fact that we did have so much crap with Georgia, and then we didn't get any of the Georgia stuff, which that's what I was really expecting. The China stuff I just heard about earlier this morning, where that got kind of dropped. And that took me by surprise. I mean, surprised that that's what they talked about. Not that it happened. I was not surprised by anything that he said. This pretty much validates everybody who's been called an election denier ever since 2020.
Yeah, they've seen there, and they've been
pretty much. You mean the voting machines made in Venezuela are not secure?
Yeah. Oh my God, who's surprised?
You mean the Chinese have a Barrett factory?
Yeah, the fact is they always wanted us to believe that the Russians were the ones interfering with the election. China has, as far as cyber counter,
Cyber
capabilities, is way far beyond Russia. They have a massive cyber division. So to think that they're not freaking interfering with elections, but Russia is, come on. Who didn't see that coming? Yeah.
Russia would be so much more easier to work with than fucking China.
Yeah.
And easier to get kind of under control. And, like he's always said, the whole fucking the Ukraine thing wouldn't even fucking happened if he were in office.
Yeah.
And that, my theory with that whole thing was just one, cover up some of Biden's shindigs up there and all that fuckery.
Yeah.
And to get the greases, the military industrial complex had been starving at that point.
Yeah. Well,
needed sustenance.
They thought of
that's why
Russia as a joke.
Fucking bombs and shit. Yeah.
They thought Russia as a joke. Remember Biden when it was McCain and freaking Obama going at each other for the presidency. Or was it Romney? It might have been Romney doing it, but he said Russia. Yeah, he said Russia, and they said, "Oh, the '80s is calling. They want their villain back," because it was no big thing. And literally 4 years later, they're the big evil that we should watch out for. Russia, as far as militarily and stuff, has been degraded so bad. They're nothing compared to us, military-wise. Not even the same vicinity. China, on the other hand, is equivalent to us. The only thing we have superiority is in our navy. And even that's going down because they're building ships at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Hey, Vagabond, I'm glad that you're here. We're talking about the massive threat that Chinese and Russian feet have on our election.
Oh man, I could take Russian and Chinese feet.
They'll all do the hard work, people.
He'll take one for the team.
Yeah, like. Hey, China and Russia, I don't know any secrets, but I'd gladly take in a Chinese or Russian female spy. That's hot.
That's the wrong way to approach that sales pitch. Vagabond knows all of the secrets.
He wants to like cosplay 007, but with feet women.
Like, no, that was okay. This is my plot for a movie starring Vagabond. Vagabond gets a job by like doing something for some high level person, and they think that he knows a bunch of stuff, but he actually knows shit. You're driving right now. You're the driver for like a high level intelligence person. So you're getting honeypotted left and right and loving every second of it. And then you realize what's happening, but you don't want it to stop because you're banging hot, dainty-feeted Russian and Chinese women. So you have to start making up the most forging documents and making the most ludicrous stuff. And then a very hot, small-footed FBI agent gets wise to you, thinks you're doing it too. So she starts honeypotting you too. Call me, Vivid. I have a pitch for you.
But she has corns.
Oh, I could just see Vagabond in that scene from Casino Royale where James Bond is attached to the chair and they're beating the shit out of him, but it's with feet. They're just kicking him and shit.
He's like, I'm about to crack. I think you might need to give me a few more swats there. Shoes or no shoes? One of each, ladies. One of each.
Want to talk? Hey, bring it, Olga. Bring it, Olga. Tell her to take her platforms off. No, tell her to put them back on.
Oh, I see you got French tips. Excellent.
He is not telling us the information. Put on the ankle bracelets. Yes.
Bring out the toe rings.
Yeah, he still won't talk. Get the flavored foot.
Well, the way it would actually play out. You ever seen the anime Golden Boy?
No.
Oh man, it's so good. So basically, this guy's like, "All right, I'm going on an adventure," and trying to find women and everything. And for like the first episode, he lands a job just being an assistant to like an all-female tech company, and he accidentally erases their whole computers and everything. But there's a scene, she's like, "How dare you?" She spits, and he opens his mouth to catch the spit.
I've seen that scene. People posted it on Twitter a while back.
Yeah,
I was like, "What the fuck has anime turned into?"
Yeah, it's called Golden Boy. Like, everything he does.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just saying everything he does is on accident, but he ends up doing good work at the end. So he was able to memorize all the files and programming that they were working months on and put it back together within like a day and leave.
Oh, okay.
There's another anime called Prison School where that happens. Same thing, just about.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Vagabond wants to be part of a movie called like the Hurt Locker, but instead of that's the Foot Locker.
The Foot Locker. Oh man. Timeless romantic pornographic comedy of our age.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, we write the script. We had, like I said, Vivid early. We had to produce like, let's see, New Line Cinema, Vivid Entertainment, or what's another just Pornhub exclusive? I don't know. I don't remember. Dude, that's old school shit. That's back in the 90s.
Unrated version.
Watching through the squiggly lines.
Oh man. I used to have the volume at 1. It's like lights off, make sure no one's walking through, and you're like staring through this line to just like get like a peek of the boob or some shit.
Yep. See, that's the thing, man. That's why kids are so fucked up now. When we, us older folk, we had to work for it. So, you only saw a little bit at a time, so you didn't get totally fucking, warped by the porn brain. Yeah. Now it's like kids are getting it on their phones 24/7, and they're fucked up by the time they're like 11.
Yeah, forced porn was a real thing, man. You had to look for that shit. You had to find the hidden stash. Now, kids, they just have to type boobs into their fucking phone and get all the porn they want.
You'd be swipping through the pay channels, and then one of them just happens to not be scrambled right, and it's like you got half a screen.
Oh my
god! Don't touch the remote.
Is that a nipple? Is that a nipple?
We've got it. We've got it.
Or you had to like type in boobs on a calculator and put it upside down.
Oh shit.
Or Victoria's Secret catalog, you had to get it before your mom found it.
Dude, even the Sears, man. Even the Sears was, I'd get the job done.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So back to the Trump shit. Let's see. I think we pretty much. You think so? Tonight was good. I'm about, I would say 90% satisfied. I think the only thing that could have been better, but I'm going to wait and see, is when he alluded to indictments, looking into people in the CIA and FBI and everybody involved with that indictments are coming. We've heard that whole indictments are coming before, and they never came. If we get something like tonight, like in the dead of night, and wake up like Christmas morning and there have been people that have been arrested throughout the evening, that'll make it better. But I think overall I'm at about a 90% satisfaction rate with tonight's speech.
I'm so cold on them getting anybody punished for these things, because you had people like Struck and what's her name? I can't remember, his little associate, the one he was sleeping with. Mm-hmm. They got off scot-free. And they had them dead to rights. They had them literally plotting and saying they couldn't even pull their fucking retirement funds. Like, if you can't get them to not get a paycheck, how are you going to actually put them in jail?
Well, you know what the problem is? Trump is like Dragon Ball Z Goku, where he's too nice to kill the villain. To bubble the villain. Sorry. And so it's like everyone else is like, what are you doing? You just gave Cell a sensu bean. Yeah. And I think I think Trump is too nice, and I think that's probably his downfall or whatever. Like even the Iran stuff. Like a hot take. I think he should have been bombed them to smithereens from the beginning. But that's just me. Like I don't know why we're even entertaining this.
That's the thing. I agree with you 100%. Like, oh, and like we went on negotiation. Negotiations went good. We have a ceasefire. They broke the ceasefire. Now we're hitting their targets here, here, and here. Why didn't you hit all of the targets all at once, immediately? Because they don't. The Iranian regime is not going to negotiate. If you know anything about, the Islamic extremists, they don't negotiate.
Right.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like this, sometimes we just need to be the colonialists. Sometimes we just need to be the colonialists that the left thinks we are, and just take over Iran. Same thing with Cuba. I don't know why we even let Cuba. Like we're so nice to let Cuba just hang around. Let's just invade them already, get it over with. Not to sound like a wallmonger. Yeah, like we're like, do we have to wait like another 70 years, or just get it over with? I'm just getting it over with part right now. So, I don't want to keep hearing about this stuff.
Exactly. Communists and Islamics don't negotiate, and they do lie. That's the only things that they like. That's all they do. So that's just having conversations with them is completely fucking pointless. That was something that JD Vance. I love JD Vance. I hope he runs everything else. He's my top pick for president after Trump. But he was like, well, the people that just want us to just finish it and just there's always going to be somebody else to bomb. Okay, I kind of get that, but then at the same time, taking out Iran and their regime 100% completely and almost immediately, the only negotiation they should be doing is begging for mercy. That's it. Yeah. Get them to the point where that's all the regime can do. And then the people there will be celebrating that. Like you were saying, Lawrence. They want it. They want regime change. They're dying for it, literally dying for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then even with our allies in the UK and stuff, if it was me, if I was the president, I'll be dropping care packages for firearms for the actual civilians of the UK. The only reason why they suffer through everything is because they're unarmed. That's some BS. I'm sorry. I know we got the UK people.
That's why able-bodied men that have committed no crime are seen getting assaulted by groups of migrant youths are the ones being arrested by small women and out of shape men that they could take on a one-on-one fight, but they've got tasers and batons and they outnumber them. They just swarm them after they've already been swarmed. You know the video I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And what I would do instead of care packages of guns, that would be a last resort, but I do love that idea and have thought about it myself. It'd be just tariff the absolute fuck out of them. Get your policies right.
I would do.
Hey, you can't come to. Guess what, England? Your officials, your people can come here, but your officials can't. None. Nobody standing in the government can come to this country. We put a fucking visa freeze on all of them, and tariff the absolute fuck out of all of and make them dissolve the EU, the unelected body of that fucking Ursula the Sea Witch.
Hey, I hate France completely and utterly, but they did have a good idea when it comes to ousting their leaders and what you should do with them. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We used to tar and feather ours. I'm just saying we could easily just establish a base right there in Scotland or Ireland or somewhere, and then train their civilians. Here, this is how you do this with firearms. Here, you won yourself an AR-15. Freedom rifle. Use it. I'm just saying,
bring back our version of US AID.
Just no, like just compensate me with some fine redhead. Or I know some of my UK folks get mad at me, but I love the female Scots accent. Give me one of them women or something. I'll be content.
Oh God, that chick that does that song, the Evanescence song, who has that accent. You want her? You want her feet?
I was just thinking.
Oh no! I have to look at it.
Wake me up.
Does that show on
Can't wake up.
Amy
Oh,
Williams,
yeah.
she's American.
Oh, yeah.
She's from Arkansas.
Is she? I thought they were. I thought they were. They proved they were from England. They were.
No, not her. Not her. I could be.
Are you thinking the same people? The two rednecks, but they're English.
Evanescence.
No, the people the people from over there that were singing the Evanescence. We showed it on the pub like 7 times.
Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, no, they were.
Yeah,
that was fucking cool.
Yeah, that big old lady singing like all operatic and her feet on Vagabond. He's just happy as hell.
Yeah.
Stay.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like our friends in the UK, like they should be our allies a bit. It's just their government just sucks. They just need to be liberated from.
Here's what's scary though. Here's the real, and these are facts. What is happening here right now with the communists in the Islamic communist, the Red Green Alliance that is trying to take over our government with Mandami and others. It already happened there.
Yeah.
It already happened there. That's why Christian preachers on the street get automatically assaulted and arrested, while Islamic preachers can do the same thing more aggressively.
Well, depending on where you're at. I mean,
we got double Vagabond now.
For real? I'll get rid of one of them.
I got rid of one.
Okay, I hit the wrong button, so I was like, I probably have 2 tabs. So when I was trying to read chat, but because I'm driving, I promise I'm not doing an extra Emily. I forgive you by showing your anklet the other day. But yes,
I think Abe needs to get in on this. I'm thinking the next Guy Fawkes mask is going to be a Green Ranger mask. Come on, Abe.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I gotta make that right now. Abe, I'll have a new profile picture for you here.
But I guess what I was going to say before I dropped off and hopped back in. So, the problem, like Mandani and all those, they shouldn't have been able to run in the first place. Anyone that's claiming democratic socialist, all right, that's just commie talk. You're just hiding it. You can't allow to run. Plain and simple.
The Communist Act, bring it back.
They could be booted out of office right now. That's
the fact is,
Mandami just violated the Logan Act.
Sure did.
Yeah,
blatantly.
Absolutely, he did. Yeah, fuck yeah, he did. The fact is they.
What is Trump doing? That's what I'm like. What is going on?
Democratic socialism is the way they're trying to get this pushed. It's socialism. If you have 5 people and 4 of them vote to rob one, that it doesn't matter. They still stole from him. Yeah. Just because you're doing it by voting doesn't mean you're not still freaking robbing people of their fucking property. This whole somehow Democrat socialism is all honorable when regular socialism doesn't. No, they're both fucking theft.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's part of the problem is, for a long time in the United States, we started letting it say that, we're a democracy, which was never the case. We were never a democracy. We're a republic. And that's gone into the vocab of the general public. Even our politicians was like we've seen it with Bush. We got to save democracy. We were never a democracy. So we need to reverse that. That's one step there. 2,
because democracy always works in a bureaucrat's favor. But go ahead.
Yeah. 2, again, anyone that's claiming communism or friends with them, Hassan Piker, get rid of him. Sneeko, get rid of him.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, even if you're born here, I don't care if you're born here. If you're a threat to the security of the state, then you easily lose your citizenship.
Yep. and no foreign-born people, period, elected into any office, period. I don't even, and to be honest, I don't even think they should qualify to apply for a job as a policeman or firefighter.
Yeah.
No.
Like, I mean, I guess.
Okay, I might
you're
draw
supposed
the
to
line with
renounce
firefighter.
Well, the thing was, if you were going to be here, you had to renounce your citizenship from your past country, unless you have dual citizenship. But if you have dual citizenship, you can't vote. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I agree with that too.
It's either one or the other. I'm sorry, people that dual citizenship.
And you can't drop one so that you can vote and then pick it up right, after you voted.
I believe I'll agree with that. They shouldn't be able to serve in Congress or any position of government that has power if you were foreign born. I don't know about the not being able to be police officers and stuff. But
here's why: somebody from another country coming here and applying force to the citizens of this country.
Well,
but
I mean,
then you just have to hold them accountable. You just have to hold them accountable. That's
if they renounced their past citizenship and became citizens here legally, fine. But the problem we're seeing is states like Minnesota and other places like
they don't even have to be legal citizens to be police.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like we've seen, like I seen a guy in New York. I guess he was from Jamaica or something, and he was doing fine police work, more than a lot of actual police officers, and actually taking his job seriously. But again, it's just all these other ones who are not here legally. They're not, they're probably sending whatever money they make back to wherever country they're from. They need to be gone. That's the other problem. All California and stuff doing all these loopholes, whatever. Like, they will give them same thing. Let's give them a driver's license to drive a big 4-wheeler across this country. And we see how that turned out.
And yeah, we got that one fucking guy. He forgot to brake, rammed in, killed all those people, and he only got 4.5 years because of the time and with time served. Abe, I want to address that now. Get all Israelis out of Congress if they are born in Israel. Yes. Same with Islam. I want to bring back the whole when we didn't let any Muslims run for any office, period. That was only reverted and considered mean in the 90s. That's when they allowed that. Where has that gotten us with Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib? No, fuck off. Fuck all the way off. Fuck all the way off with that.
Yeah, here in California, we just had. Sorry.
Oh, real quick. I was just going to finish. And I'm not agreeing with you because I'm anti-Israel. I'm not pro-Israel either. Fuck them. They're just another country we have to work with. And I'm more kind of like what Aspen Gold's take on is. Am I going to take their side over the Islamics? 100% of the time. That's just how that is. But go ahead.
We have this person, her name's Wang Qin Wang, I think, just pointed to the San Francisco Election Commission, even though she is literally a Chinese citizen. She's here on a visa, and she's in charge of the voting in San Francisco voting commission.
Whoa.
They don't care.
And she literally
with everything that came out tonight, that has to fucking. She's got to go. She's obviously a spy, and she's in our vote. Fuck off! Oh my god!
Considering what just happened, that won't last long.
No, the thing is, California's. Even when I was in high school, there was this guy. He was also ended up being. He was also Chinese. I forgot his name. So he was like the strictest in Congress about like guns and all that type of stuff. Turns out this motherfucker was like was smuggling weapons and all kinds of stuff from China at the LA port. And so it's just but it's been going on for years. So even before Newsom and stuff, it's just a cycle of these guys over and over again. like we just got to cut them off completely. Like California should get no more federal funding. Fuck that whole state, even though I'm from there.
Mhm. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. The thing is I've said this before. I wouldn't blame this country if they fucking laid bombs along the fucking fault and knocked this state into the ocean like Superman style. I wouldn't blame the country at all. The only thing is that at least California has some redeeming things. There are positives that we do bring. Other states, not so much. But I wouldn't blame anyone for wanting to get rid of California because we are that shitty at this particular moment.
It's like California, Chicago, well, Illinois, and New York on the rate, and Minnesota on the race to be the most shit.
The only downside to dropping us in the freaking Pacific Ocean is one, a lot of the vegetables, the agriculture from the country comes from California. We have a massive, that's why our economy is so big. So that would hurt you guys food wise, and the port that we bring in a lot of stuff from the Pacific through that port. Otherwise, like I said, destroy the state. I wouldn't hold it against you.
No, California's the most beautiful state in the fucking country. It just is. It's got the best everything. And it's just get rid of we have to completely extract the communist government, the corruption. Mm-hmm. If you can do that, California can be saved. I don't think there's a city here that can't be saved. And I've said it before, jokingly, that I'd love to trade California for Japan. Now, if we could just import the people of California, the people in power and the ones supporting them, and move them to Japan and move all the Japanese here, that would work too. But I think California isn't beyond saving. New York City, maybe, but New York State, no. And
I mean, a lot of people forget California used to be a blue state.
Yeah. Or a red state, you mean?
Or a red state. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. It's dark blue now, but
yeah, that's the thing though. Thank Nancy Reagan for that, because she was always a leftist. And once her husband had dementia, she could do more manipulation tactics. That's when they gave all those fucking people citizenship, and it all went downhill from there. But I think California is savable, because the majority of the people in they always say the red mirage. No, it's a blue mirage. It's a blue mirage in every fucking state, because there are no blue states, only blue cities in red states.
Exactly.
And if they uprooted the corruption and they straightened out the voting bullshit in California, shit would get done. I think California would be back to fucking prime time in 5 years, 10 tops.
I think
under the right leadership.
I think we just have to wait for it to collapse. It's kind of like a drug addict. We need to hit rock bottom. Mm-hmm. Because right now this state is it's can't sustain itself. Not the way it's going.
That's what has to happen with New York City right now. It was like,
that's what I was talking about.
They once Mamdani does his thing and it finally collapses, we cannot give them federal funding to rebuild because they're never gonna learn. It's like no. It's almost like you need to.
This is what you wanted.
New policies to get yourself out of you. It was like you got yourself in this mess. It's not like a hurricane hit you. You elected a bunch of socialist bullshit.
Tough love.
Yeah.
And New York City, I think, that's where they're taking kind of the Ra's al Ghul approach, letting it, burn itself to the ground so it can regrow anew. And that's what's going to happen with New York, especially. But again, that's just the city, because the rest of New York State is pretty fucking red.
Yeah. Like I said, that really is just most areas.
Mm-hmm.
It's these big cities, and I could understand, you got a bunch of illegals that they don't offer the country much, and they got nothing to do. You got to start giving them free shit, or they're just going to start stealing shit, which they end up doing anyway. So it doesn't fucking work.
No. Yeah, it's definitely a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so I've heard a lot of people say it. This is the same thing, that Mandami is the greatest thing that could have ever happened for the right, which now the right is just everything not far left.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you were a liberal dude in the 90s, you are far right now. I'm sorry to tell you this.
Hi, that's me. It's like, yo, I've told this before when I argue with my younger siblings that are, they're college age, if that tells you anything, or just after college age. And they're like, you've changed. It's like, the fuck I have. I've stayed right fucking here. Everyone else just went batshit fucking crazy.
Okay.
Well, you're getting mad at me at my mom's birthday because I say retard and fag a lot. I've always done that.
Okay, like I grew up watching like Cheers and Married with Children. What the fuck? Also, sorry I'm late. I got the time zones wrong. God is currently hotboxing my state right now, and
I've heard about that,
dude. It is bad.
Did you watch Trump's speech by any chance?
I listened to it. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
You got the gist.
And by the way, shame on NBC and ABC for not airing it. I think
NBC, ABC, CBS, and CNN only showed it in the background while Caitlin Collins and other commentators just spewed propaganda and ragged on Trump the whole time.
Oh my God.
That was it. That tells me that they're very, very afraid because they were very, very involved and complicit and already knew everything that was going on. China stole the 2020 election, and they have undeniable proof for that, apparently. Now, I'm going to be pretty pissed if I wake up this morning and all the autistic folks are going through every single page of the documentation that they've declassified and released and say it's kind of a nothing burger. Now I know that the regular media is going to say that, but if the people that are unbiased say that, I'm going to have a big problem.
I'm waiting for the spin up. Here's why it's a good thing that China stole our election. It was like China was actually trying to save us from Trump. And, we should actually be grateful to the Chinese government that they interfered with our election because Trump's bad.
Yeah.
And, communism good.
They're communists. And that's why I said, the minute he said that, it's like, okay, now's the time to reenact the Communist Act of 54.
Oh, yeah.
Because
especially
these are communists working with communists from another country to sabotage an election.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's high treason.
Yes, gallows. We need gallows, and now we need inquisitions for communism, only for people in power first. Because I don't want to go the direction Devil was saying. If we go full ham on communism, even to like the protesters and the useful idiots out there,
I don't know. Those guys should be buried under the prison.
Yeah, but if we go at them hardcore right off the bat, then they'll gain sympathy, and it'll become a counterculture. But going after people in the CIA and this, it's like, no, they're spies. They're communist. What's the word? Adjective or not adjective? They're communist. Whatever. Yeah, enemies. Something like that.
They're adjectives.
Sympathizers.
Yeah.
Communist sympathizers.
You basically can classify them as slaves and fucking throw them in Guantanamo.
You really got to get the media. You really got to get them out of the media because the problem is they keep doing these war with words, right? Like they keep, it's like we see it all the time. And
welcome to the party, Jaden.
They go, oh, this isn't a communist. He's a democratic socialist, and it was like, no, that's. You're trying to you're using semantics to try and like make the argument null and void when the thing is still the same. That's like saying like, oh, I don't have AIDS. I have an immunovirus that targets my white blood cells. What the fuck is the difference? You're still gonna die of it, and you only got it because you're gay. So like,
you still got it from butt fucking.
Yeah, you still got that anal injection. That
it could have been from sucking on the.
I remember we had an art teacher who's like, actually, I got it from a blood transfusion. I was like, yeah, how'd you get that list?
Dude, wouldn't that suck if you're a responsible gay individual that gets the HIVs, but from like a blood? Like, no, guys, I swear, I'm always careful. Like,
yeah, I was wondering that too. Like a marriage, it's like a marriage badge.
With my orgies.
How many cocks you got to suck before you get the accent? You know what I mean? Like when you start talking like me to start talking like this, like what? It's got to do something, right?
Me and the wife were talking
Secretary
about
booty gig. We completely believe you.
Because we're following the Charlie Kirk thing and Tyler Robinson and how he's permanently stained the approval of all LGBT, blah, 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 all of that forever. He's permanently stained it to where people that were normally very sympathetic to just some of the basic things like, hey, get married. What the fuck? Who cares? Are now like, I'm never voting for anything even if it's the most minuscule thing that does benefits to the gay community, because you let the gay communist fucking politics into your community to take over, and it got somebody killed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are never going back to being supportive of you.
No,
it's going to take a lot of work. But then there's somebody cool.
You killed the guy who wanted to have a conversation. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what Charlie Kirk was.
And it sucks because I've had a shit ton of gay friends. Scott Pressler's fucking goated. Hair's magnificent, flaming. We love it. But as far as the gay community goes, they're permanently stained because of this shit. Because they let this whole thing fucking take over.
There's a lot of gay people.
Shit.
There's a lot of gay people who want to have what they call like a national divorce or whatever, because they're sick and tired of it. The fact is, they made all these roads to where gay was normalized. Everyone was all like, if somebody's all they're gay, they're all, who cares? So what? Right? Yeah. It became completely normalized. They weren't special. They were just like us, completely normal. And then they had to attach their damn fucking wagon to the fucking trans shit. Well, and now you have all these trans doing these fucking mass shootings
the communist
and shit. Yeah. Well, and now you have them going, well, we don't want to be connected to all that bad stuff. And it's all like, too late, guys. You're the one who hitched your ride to that fucking transgender crap. So when they do a terrorist attack, guess who's just as guilty?
It's the regular. It's the regular. It's a lot of these advocacy groups where you get the problem. So it was like, they're marching for gay rights to like get married and stuff. Well, then they get that. And it was like, well, now gay people should be able to do this. And it was like, okay, well, now gay people have all the same rights that were, well, what about trans people then? And it was like, well, this was never about trans people. You would never, it was like, well, you're a bigot. Everyone was like, no. 10 years ago, you were saying that they need to get married and all that other, you got all that shit now. Okay. And it was like, these advocacy groups are still trying to make money. So they need to create new problems. So there was like, well, if you don't let your 5-year-old chop his dick off, well,
right.
You're a
if
bigot.
You don't like, you don't let people on a fucking registry list dress like in provocative clothing and shake their ass for kids. You don't let your 5 or 8-year-old like that. Desmond is amazing. Go and dress like a stripper and perform for adult gay men. Then you're a big, all of this shit.
Can you imagine some of the PR guys going like, oh shit, we're going with this now,
dude? But hold on, there is hope for the gay community because there's guys like this. Let's listen to this guy, fucking Ringo Starr, cool guy. Real quick, Jane gave me $20.
Nice,
minus a penny. Thank you so much, new fan of the show. You're always welcome here. It's good to see a new face. All right, let's watch this real quick.
You might not like the truth, but I'll never tell a lie. The LGBT community needs a divorce from the TQ plus, not a separation, not a break. A full-blown, court-stamped, assets divided, move out by Friday, divorce. Because we need to make it very, very clear here. LGB, that's just sexual preference. Yeah, me as a guy, I just like other guys. That's it. Not a pronoun party and not a gender celebration. Just good old-fashioned same-sex attraction. That's it. Now the TQ plus, oh, that's not a sexual preference. No, no, no. That is an identity crisis center.
That is a mental
With
illness.
A revolving door.
Yeah.
You walk in as she, her, and come out as a two-spirited they, them dragon king. What?
It is true.
Yeah, I'm a non-binary lesbian with a penis, and if you don't date me, you're a bigot. I'm sorry. They turned into navigating someone else's delusions. Yeah, I didn't sign up for that shit. We used to fight for acceptance. Now we're being guilt-tripped into co-signing on someone's fantasy. I don't think so. Let me tell you something. I didn't come out of the closet just to be shoved in another one. I know the difference between a man and a woman. So yes, the LGB wants a divorce stat. We are filing for custody, for common sense, supervised visits with reality, and a permanent restraining order against the woke mob. No hard feelings, just facts. Call it harsh, call me hateful, call me whatever you want. What you can't call me is the liar. I'm just saying what's on everybody else's mind, and it's been long overdue. I want to hear from you guys. You think LGB needs to divorce the TQ plus? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, love you guys. Peace.
Cool, dude. Okay, what's this guy's name again? Ringo Starr. Ringo Starr.
Ringo.
That's fucking awesome. He's got some bangers, man. My wife's always followed his shit. Like he went off on Ellen Page. This is great.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I saw
this woman is like the hantavirus, fake and forced. All right, so there's hope for him yet. Where's the right thing?
That's someone asked the question the other day, on Twitter, and they're like, "Why is it that only like trans women always seem to fall to violence?" And I was like, "It's because you shouldn't hit girls." Okay, I was like, I really don't got a problem with trans men. Like they end up just like being like tomboys. They might be like a little annoying, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, get the fuck out of here. Trans women are just gay performative men.
Yeah,
doing shit that is annoying as a man.
And they're less believable than the women. Women who want to be men, you believe that they're actually in their head really that way. With the men, if they want to be women, a lot of times you're like, are they faking it just because they're perverts?
Here's the thing. Okay, no, and even the ones that are let's be nice here and say the ones that are the most well-intentioned individuals that are still doing it, they're still, like Sammy was saying, just like the men pretending to be women and being performative, they always bring out the weirdest qualities of what they see in the other sex.
Yeah, they're like,
so like with the men, like, yeah, like, I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
The women pretending to be men, they do two things. Like you said, the big bulldog, they try to overinflate the macho-ness around.
Yeah,
they sit like Captain America and shit.
They get full body tattoos. They get full body tattoos on their muscles.
Or they act like 14-year-old boys, which creeps me the fuck out. They act like adolescent men or boys.
You cut your
like Ellen Page,
because that's as far as they can go. Yes, exactly like Ellen Page. She dresses like a fucking what's the kid's name back in the 90s? He was on Third Rock from the Sun.
God, he does.
Played in Batman. He played in the second Batman.
Yeah, he's a good actor now. He's like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. She acts like Joseph Gordon-Levitt circa 1994.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like the
Boy Meets World or some shit. Stop it.
Or the third archetype is kind of like that quiet, like fuck boy, what's up?
Yeah, they do the hair flip like, hey.
Yeah, no, it was like, yeah, dude.
Hey,
like,
Stacy, I mean Samuel.
What? Shut up. they got
I was actually throwing that dig at Samuel the Infamous, but you can have it too.
I don't think he's
my name is Salvatore anyway. But yeah, there's one thing I've ever been in my life. It's a fuck boy. Okay. Yeah. No, there's this drummer that I know, and there's this band, and like I knew him I knew her in grade school, and then like we were at a party one time, and like he's like all tatted up now. He's still like he looks like now she went from looking like a little like Italian girl to like some very like a tiny but like fit Italian dude. It's kind of, and he looks up and he's like, "Don't we have?" Like I was at the party with him, and I was the only one who knew he was the girl. Like if you couldn't figure it out, like, but he's like, "Don't we have a dirty little secret?" I was like, "Dude, like I don't give a fuck. Like, can we just? It's good to see you. I'm glad that you like found yourself or whatever."
My favorite Sammy encounters a tranny story was from Vegas of last year or the year before. Vaughn was too drunk to notice, but by God, Sammy did. Young lady came and sat down at Yale's table and Vaughn didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Oh, Vaughn has his arm around her. He's like flirting with her, and I'm just like, dude, stop.
Yeah. The glasses thing. You tell it because it's so much better.
So she's hanging all on Vaughn, flirting with him, and Vaughn's just trying to get Vaughn's just trying to get laid. But
to be fair, he's in his early 20s and drunk as fuck.
He's like, we should get him around. I was like, I'm not doing that. And then so like she's flirting with him, and then she's walking up to me, and like she puts her hands on my chest, and she takes my glasses off my head, and I look at her, I go, "Give those back to me." Like, don't put them on. Just hand them back to me. It was like she was trying to do the thing where she like puts them on, go like, "Oh, these are cute. Do you think I look cute in these?" I was like, "Give them back to me right now." I don't.
Yeah, right now, dude. When you came back to Gold Spike, back to the bar, we were all sitting at the bar, and you tell me that story. It's like, and I was like, "Give those back to me right now."
I wish I was not having it.
Not talking to Mr. as a she at the time.
Because Vaughn, he's like, "Hey, I think we can get him back to the hotel room." I was like, "Dude, abort.
Yeah. It was a dude. Lawrence,
there were other girls in the group. There were real females in the group, but this one was being, like we said, very performative and like hyper flirtatious. And like I knew like the trick. Like girls do it to me all the time. They take my glasses off and they'd be like, "Do you think I would look cute in these?" And then she's like, "Oh, let me see your glasses." I was like, "Give those back immediately." I'm not flirting with you.
Another funny one, when our good friend Strider was in town, and I'm out with him and stand-up comedian Theo Snodgrass, who's no longer on the show. But doing great out here. He's still a bud. But we're out and about. We went Strider wants to go to the goth bar, so we take him to the goth bar. And him and Theo are sitting on the fucking velvet couch together, because that's not gay at all. Me and my wife come back with the drinks, and there's this couple just eye fucking the shit out of both of them, and it's this actual chick with like the corset and the overflowing tits, not a bad looker, but then her little concubine or companion, whatever you want to call it, was just wearing almost the same outfit, but clearly not putting in the effort. 5 o'clock shadow, looking a little emaciated, but they're both like just pointing at him like they wanted to take them back to their hotel room and reenact an Anne Rice novel. I could tell that's what was going to happen. And they were just blind to it. It was only after we start walking out and Strider's like, "Man, do you think that girl with the huge tits was looking at us?" I was like, "Well, I think her and her friend were looking at you both." Dude, Abe got it. It was her familiar.
Yeah, we played a show a couple of years back in a room that like we shouldn't have been in. And like we went to the bathroom and like on the toilet seat, it was like they had like carved. You know how like crazy people, some people just come in with a magic marker. Crazy people like carve. It was like
Carve
be
the
gay, do crimes, and I was like, oh shit, like we're not in the right kind of this thing. Wearing a hijab came up and started talking to me, and they're like, what are your pronouns? I was like, your guess is as good as mine. And he's like, oh, that's cool, I understand that. And I was like, I was implying that I was like, come on, look at me. But they took it. It was like, no, you can just call yourself whatever you want. And I was like, okay, I can't even be fucking sarcastic with these people.
No, because they're looking for that. They're like compliant. They were looking for compliance at that moment, and you didn't give it to them, which is great. That's commendable. And they didn't know how to react to that. Like I think. At least in the back of their autistic fucking mind, they knew what you were doing. They just didn't know how to combat it.
Yeah, no, it was just like you went against the programming, but you didn't go like, hey, don't talk to me, you weirdo fag dork. I don't want, because they know how to combat that. They'll swarm you and then like shame you, but just going like, hey, your guess is as good as mine. And they're like, well, is he saying he's genderqueer? Or is he just saying, like, look at me, I'm a guy? What is he saying? Which is just leave him guessing. And I just kind of like,
they don't know what to do with that.
Along the way. And it was also like, dude, why are you wearing a hijab? Like, it was like you chose to change genders, and now you're wearing a hijab.
When the gay communist community simp for Islam, I don't know what to do with that. They have to know. You have to know. I mean,
dude, well, keep in mind where I live too. It was like we are like a stone throw away from Hamtramck, Michigan, or from Dearborn, Michigan.
Dearborn.
Like there's no way you dress up that way and like walk around there.
It's cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance. It's that's what you got here.
But I'm just going like, he only dresses that way here, right? Like there's no way this is like his out and about. He always like, you know what? I'm going to the weird queer bar. I'm gonna wear my hijab tonight. Like he doesn't. That's just not like a regular. Like because if he's going to the fruit market, some Habib's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh, the beatdown is like or worse. And they adopt those things as a fashion statement. Either the hijab or the fucking scarf. I can never pronounce it. The calife or whatever it's called.
I always make fun of it. The coffee.
It's just a fucking virtue signaling fucking fashion accessory.
Oh, the best ones now they have the rainbow copies. The rainbow copies.
Oh,
I was like, dude,
God.
if you wore one of those in the Middle East,
go for it.
Wore it in Dearborn.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, well, see, Dearborn, it's in that it's always in the public eye right now. Because they're like, what do you mean take over? We love this stuff. And it was like, here, let me awkwardly put my hand around this gay person and smile for the photo. We will kill
like
him
when Tommy does.
Yeah. We will kill him after they take photo.
Dude, I saw just recently a city council meeting came out of Dearborn.
Oh, yeah.
All this woman's asking for before she takes fully, and she's doing it smart. Because the way the legal system works, she has to show that she's doing a good faith request and argument before she takes legal action, which she's already planning to do. But the whole thing is, all they do now is put up banners and celebrate Islamic holidays. Mm-hmm. They no longer celebrate Christmas, Easter, Passover, or Hanukkah, or any Jewish winter. Any of that. They don't do any of it anymore. She's trying to get that brought back. She's not saying don't do the Islamic stuff. She's saying do all of it, because if you're a really diverse community, prove it, because that's what you advertise, that you're all accepting and you're not just a Muslim city.
Yeah.
Or
let me guess.
And-
they said you're totally right. We'll get right on that.
Absolutely not. They would not even speak to her. I'm going to see if I can find the clip. I was saving it for later, but yeah. So now next step's going to be legal action, but that's what being conquered looks like
here. You know what they don't. So they'll have their Islamic shit. Everybody leaves them alone from the surrounding cities. So, but when we have like Christmas parades and stuff, they'll go to a different city to like make a fuss. That's what I tell my friends. It was like, that's when it's okay to like hit them, but it was like, hey, if you're in an all Muslim city and you're doing Muslim shit, fine. But like, once you get out of your boundaries, like, and you start like, whoa, what's this Christmas shit going on? I was like, I don't know. Why are you dressed like a fucking beekeeper? Get the fuck out of
here. And that's the other thing. Like, if we're just going to be honest about it, when was the last time people celebrating Ramadan were harassed or violently attacked in this country or in Europe?
Never. It's always the opposite. It's always like, why are you eating in front of me? It's Ramadan. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry.
But
I don't give a
when
fuck.
was the last time Christmas or Easter or any Christian or Jewish holiday was attacked by a Muslim in the Western world? We don't have to go back a year.
Yeah. Oh, it's like they're making a big stink about that guy. That Muslim, he got stabbed 15 times in Utah. And I was like, oh, it happened to a Muslim? Oh, how sad. It was like, they're like, how come they never see that in the news? I was like, because usually it's happening once a day somewhere else.
The other way around.
Or by another Muslim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, no.
It
one
fit their
time.
narrative.
Yeah. This one fluke happened. Oh,
but
I'm
yeah,
sure Mehdi Hassan's gonna have so much to say about this.
But yeah, it's not just them attacking it. It's getting suppressed. It's like in England, they show the freaking Christmas parades and stuff they used to have, and now what they are now. And now they're not able to put up lights. They can't put up decorations. It's a Christmas parade or Christmas fair in name only. They don't even play Christmas music. They actually play Muslim music when they're doing Christmas things.
Yeah.
It's because they're so afraid that if they put up a fucking thing of holly and a Christmas tree, that there will be some issue. So instead they just ignore it. And so it's oppression of Christian values and Christian things and holidays and stuff for a different religion.
She's just walking her dog.
This is a lady walking her dog in a neighborhood she's been in for years and years. So little bit of Christmas gets you, attacked with a fucking truck by them, but walking your dog gets you arrested by the cops that are protecting them in the UK. Sorry, Abe. Yeah, holiday festivals.
Yeah.
I mean, and it all goes back to, trying to stifle out opposing religions. That's where I don't think it was really the commie leftists that got rid of, the whole war on Christmas thing that when I was fucking retarded just a few years ago, I thought was bullshit. Like, there's no war on Christmas. People say Merry Christmas all the time. No, the fuck they don't. I realized that pretty quick. And then that was part of how I kind of started figuring out something's not right around me. You mean I can't, I'm at work and they're like, don't say Merry Christmas. Why? It's Christmas. Say Happy Holidays because it's more inclusive. Huh.
Well, I don't celebrate the holidays. I celebrate Christmas.
Yeah. And now you have women being arrested for walking their dogs near a Muslim event.
Oh, dude, they in Hamtramck, which is right by Dearborn, they just approved animal sacrifice.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
I'd heard about that. I didn't know if it was true. I was actually going to wait and ask you if that was a legit story.
Because they're bleeding into Hamtramck. They're close. So which used to be a large Polish community And like now, like, you know, the street signs are starting to change and everything. We're like, here we go. And they're gonna have this is gonna be an interesting one because there's a lot of like music venues in Hamtramck, and Muslims don't like live music and they don't like alcohol
because it's haram.
They don't like dogs, bacon.
So I'm just waiting for there's gonna be like, you know, a couple of people with their head shaved smoking cigarettes outside of a certain bar, and they'll be like, you know, it's very offensive to me that you do that, and they're like, oh, is it?
Oh, there's a video of that.
That's
I remember
the thing.
that video.
The things they're creating the thing that the big boogeyman that they've always been saying. The enemy at the gates is that the couple guys with the skin head, the shaved heads, the tank tops, and the Doc Martens standing outside the bar waiting for somebody to say something like that.
Well, and
that's what they're creating.
What did I just say? It's a big Polish neighborhood.
So they're coming for Paul Hadouken, is what you're saying.
So they're and Poland's doing it big right now. They're not.
Poland's doing it right.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, this is gonna be interesting.
Well. And that's why, you know, it breeds that kind of shit. That's why in Arkansas right now, there's 2 whites only communities. I just watched a Mark Dice video on this going up. One is already built and doing good. Now they're planning a whole nother community where it's like, no, it's whites only. Also no gays or Jews. That's what they're doing. I don't agree with this. I think I mean, maybe
every other community
they can just do it. That's the thing. When we've already, you know, you fight to get rid of segregation, then there's more segregation, then there's more, you know, discrimination. This is what the fucking how the reaction. Every cause has a fucking
every action has a reaction.
There we go.
Yeah, no.
That's what's going to happen.
What they need to do is like a more like conservative, like ideals thing. It was like, hey, we're not going to have any of that,
dude. Yeah, that's my community. No communists, no Muslims, no Scientologists either. Because fuck it. That's about it. Yeah. Everybody else is cool. If you can party, you're fine.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Commies, Muslims, and Scientologists can fuck right, except for Tom Cruise because he's all right.
We'll
take Tom. Travolta.
No. We just said no
we'd have to have a community discussion.
We just said no gays.
Oh, well, I didn't say no gays. You know, no. We'll stop at the B. And you also have, and as long as you fall into the no commie, then we're fine. That means no gay commie politics, race politics.
Because I mean, you still want attention-seeking girls in high school, so you have to have the bisexual,
right? Right. And hey, a gay dude's always a good wingman. Let's just be honest.
It's true.
So there we go. That's our community.
Yeah. That's why I keep Abe around.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
But wow, shit's getting wild. All right, let's I guess we'll get back to the topic. The only topic we had, the Trump speech. All right. So what do we anticipate that's going to happen in the coming days, weeks? I mean, there's a whole nother speech lined up from what he said, not the DOJ. Do you remember, Lawrence, what it was? He said that we can anticipate a speech from the director of blah,
Homeland
blah, blah.
Security, wasn't it?
Was it Homeland Security? Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that they're the ones that are going to have like charts and graphs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better that Trump didn't get into the specifics because he's not really good at specifics.
and also, you can't give these people a fucking game plan on how to fight and spin what he's got.
That's why I'm hoping that we wake up and there's at least been 2 to 3 arrests of the involved CIA and FBI officials. that they already said, we already know who they are. We're looking at them.
They might already have them.
So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this was like, you get the speech, then we're going to go to bed. It's going to be like Venezuela. You go to bed and you just happen to wake up and shit's going down. And then we see the perp walk in the morning with some CIA cunts. I mean, they're communist spies. It would be great. And then we get the speech from the Homeland Security. That's what I'm hoping for. But if we don't see any actual indictments, this is just more talk. This is just like Tulsi Gabbard saying Obama and his administration completely, undeniably factored in or forced in Crossfire Hurricane was all them. We have all of it. We have all the evidence. We know everything.
Well, it just depends on what the purpose of it is. If there's nothing that comes of it, it was just a distraction, like so much stuff from Washington is. If there's actually perps being arrested, people being charged, then it will stay in the news. So it just depends on if they did all this just to distract us for 2 seconds, then that's what we're going to get. If not, we're going to see a week of them going, these people are being unfairly treated.
If we see people get arrested, especially if they're involved in the CIA, like he said, that will absolutely force John Thune in the SAVE Act. He'll be like, fuck, people are getting arrested. I'm not fighting anymore. We're doing it. We're going in.
On that list.
He might be.
That's true.
Well, it's like we were saying earlier that the 2020 wasn't all the Democrats. It was Republican establishment too.
Yes.
That just want to keep up the facade of a two-party system when we actually have the uniparty. It was the professional wrestling is what they wanted to keep going.
Right.
And then, they could go into 2024 being like, well, whose turn is it? Oh, I guess it's my turn and I'll pretend. And they'll just yell and scream and all do the exact same thing. Just like Bush, Clinton, everything. Pretty much everything before Trump. That's all it was.
Yeah.
After Reagan, it was all professional wrestling.
Yeah.
You cover my back, I cover your back. We sit there and act like we hate each other, but ultimately we go to lunch together.
Yep.
Yeah. They don't even wait for like the cameras to stop rolling when they're yelling at each other in the fucking televised meetings, heated debates. And then it goes to them and it's like, I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was McConnell it was McConnell and Schumer. And then they were just like smiling and arms around each other afterwards. Like,
like if I went to Washington,
it was like Hogan and Randy Savage.
Yeah. If I went to Washington,
they go to the pool party afterwards and fuck each other's wives.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would try to work with the other side if we needed to get a bill passed and everything. But ultimately, if one of the left fucking said, "Hey, you want to go get some lunch over here at this place afterwards?" I'd be like, "No, not really. There's nothing I want to talk to you about. I don't want to know about your kids. I don't want to know about your family, and I don't like you. Fuck you." Like there's a difference between working with people and fucking trying to have fun with each other. And that was one of the things. Is like when McCain died, and it turned out that every day he would have lunch with like 2 or 3 of the people on the left. He spent more time partying with Nancy Pelosi than he was with anybody in his own party. So you're telling me he really didn't like them, or he really was fighting against them, or was it all performative for him?
It's all performative. Clue Studio, real quick over on X. Excellent point about the uniparty. Republican and Democrat are the Truman Show at this point. Yes.
Yep.
The Truman Show analogy is great because that's how we've all kind of been living. Only the government's the producers. They're what's his name? What's the actor's name from the Ed something? Let me look it up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, on that note, guys, I got to take off.
Yeah.
Sammy, it's great having you. Do you got anything coming up?
I'm hoping to have Cavecast Saturday, but weekends have been kind of rocky because I've been sick, but also the band's going back in the studio. So but Yeah, I'm hoping to have just a regular Saturday KFcast, Rogues Gallery, and then I know that Emerald is going to be out. So
yeah.
But
and Emerald, if you're watching, congrats on the new house, bud.
Congrats on the house, bud.
Yeah, but for some reason I thought we were starting later, but I think I just got my time zones mixed up. But I will see you guys later on, and just let me know. I'll let you guys know about Cavecast, and if not, we'll just pick up on it in August.
Yeah. Dope. All right. Yeah, just let me know. I'm there if you're having it for sure.
Cool.
All right. Later, Sammy.
Peace.
All right, and Lawrence, what you got coming up, man?
So tomorrow is quiz night on Abyssal Musings, which, as you know, I co-host with Samuel the Infamous. So, so at some point we'll start. I mean, I never say. He always sets it for 11:30, but we usually don't start until like 15 minutes later, because if we started on time, nobody would be there. So tomorrow's quiz night. It'll be pretty fun. I've got some good topics put together. No tricks, no tricks, nothing that'll make people want to jump out of the window. And then we have next week, same thing. And also I'll be here. So got some stuff I'm working on that I'm not quite ready to talk about yet, but I'll be making some
Take your time,
soon.
man.
Yeah. I'll be making some announcements soon.
You never rush greatness, sir. Just take your time with it. All right. And I posted Samuel the Infinite's YouTube channel there in the chat, along with our good friend Lawrence Knight's X account, so everybody can keep up with him. And Devil Made Me Do It. What's going on with you next?
Next up, I'll be on Abyssal Musings tomorrow for the trivia episode, which I'll probably lose because I don't think I've won one yet.
Oh, cool. You got an invite too. That's awesome. I didn't, but that's cool.
If you want,
I'm on there. I'm a regular.
You don't even have to ask, man. Just show up.
I'm fucking with you. I would love to come on if I have time tomorrow. I will.
Yeah, if you let us know so we can send you a link.
If you got room, only if you got room. I'm just fucking with you.
Go ahead. No, I mean seriously, if you want to show up, you can.
And then I got the pub after that. The episode from last week where we almost all choked to death on dry biscuits is back up. It got knocked down because the Married with Children theme. They hit us and blocked it, and so I had to cut those out. But it's back up, so check out last week's episode and then check out tomorrow's episode. And then Screaming to the Void after that, and I'll be on other people's channels here and there, I'm sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the choking on biscuits fiasco. It sounds just as bad as it actually was. All right. I'm Iron Oxide. You're on my channel. You can find Ironcast when I decide to do it, and I decided to do it tonight, so thanks for watching. And I'll do it more often once I know what my new work schedule is going to be, but we are going to have the weekly Rogues Gallery still on Saturdays for now, so it'll be on this Saturday. Guest undetermined, but we got a lot to talk about with the new cameraman rules involving female athletes in the Olympics. And what that could do to female sports. And, for the sake of research, I've bookmarked a lot of posts about this topic. So we're going to have a lot of fun going through those. We'll talk
I'm not going to watch the track and field no more.
This is what they've taken from us. We're going to go through all the posts and have a lot of fun doing that. Talk about the Odyssey and anybody that's bothered to see it. By the way, I pissed off X and a lot of people I actually know by saying something I've said for a long time. Christopher Nolan just happens to be one of the most gassed up, overrated directors of all time. I can back that up. Here's the thing. Yeah, the Dark Knight trilogy. Okay, the Dark Knight 2 movie, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight are great movies. I'm not going to say they're not. And I'm not going to say he's made a lot of great movies. Even the ones I love, I've only watched once. Why? Because after you've watched it, there's no point in rewatching it. They have no rewatchability. And I've been saying this for a long fucking time. Inception was good. I've watched it once in the theater and I loved it. I've never thought about watching it again. And a lot of people say, well, maybe you just didn't get, no, I got everything. Interstellar is my favorite Chris Nolan movie. Well, maybe you didn't know. I guessed all of the fucking plot twists halfway through the movie. I'm like, oh, he's the ghost. Yeah, he's probably going to meet his daughter and she's going to be an old lady. Buzzing. There it is. Got it all. Highly overrated, but right now between the wokey wokes simping for all the decisions he's making to try to get an Oscar, and I'm gonna say he's just following Oscar rules with the casting, and he's friends with Ellen Page, so that's where we are with that. And I don't mean to get off on this rant, but I have to real quick because it's been festering. And he's just following all the rules he has to follow to try to get awards because he wants that award. But the majority of his movies have no rewatchability and they're kind of boring and or pretentious. Dare I said it. So if you disagree with me, please come and watch the Rogues Gallery this Saturday so we can talk about it more. And if I'm going to try to get somebody on that highly defends Chris Nolan and all of his work, even with the bad decisions that are being made with The Odyssey, is still saying, well, it's probably going to be an amazing movie because every movie he's made has been very amazing. And I'm not a Nolan simp, just like the Snyder Bros. I was just going to say, you got to find a Nolan bro. I think I got one. I'm going to reach out. I think I got one. We're going to see if we can get him on. All right. But thanks for watching. We had a great time and good night.
Jerome, can you tell that piece of shit asshole to fucking get the hell out of here before I fucking kick him in the face?
Come on. Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Get some cups. Why did you do this? Up in the car. Get some cups. For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off there. Ta-ta and farewell.
I love you.
Fuck off.